Yeah, right. It starts right here and it gets all the way to the corner.
All right, agreed. Can we take the old road? Any problem? Yeah, problem. The road is condemned. It is condemned for a reason. I do not like it.
Pin.
Excuse me.
Pin it.
Your witness has a name.
Message has been pinned. Okay. It'll be okay, guys. Uploading some more videos to YouTube, and after this, we got 2 more cameras to upload, and that's pretty much about all we got to do. So, guys, hi, guys. I'm just on killing time, uploading some more videos. I got some car videos to upload tonight, and I got another camera to upload. I got 2 cameras, or practically full of videos to upload tonight. So, yeah. I try to get the cameras cleaned off so they'll be clean for tomorrow. So, yeah. I got a lot of videos to upload tonight, guys. So, we're going to be pretty busy tonight, uploading tons of videos. It's already 7 o'clock already, guys. So, wow. It's already 7 o'clock.
That's not the point, Jack. Listen to me. I'm an accountant. I know numbers, okay? 666 is definitely not a good number. All right, I'm going to take you down these old back roads, Jack. Just not this one. This one is...
Okay, I'm not watching this anymore because I'm done watching it. Now, like I said, guys, videos have changed. I mean, Lionsgate, they're still around, aren't they? Yeah, but this is before Lionsgate was big and popular. They're making cheap, crowdy movies that I used to watch. So I wrote 999 ETUO. No. 999 E. No. 3 INOZ. That makes no sense at all. Okay. Mom got that movie. Tyler, you don't want us to search. I mean, I tried Digimon, that last Digimon series. I don't like the new Digimon series. I seen the new that Shout Entertainment version of Digimon. Kind of sucked. Now, I'm still into Digimon, but it's not as much as I'm used to. I'm more into B-Stars now, which, B-Stars is pretty good. What do you think she could be B-Stars? That'd be pretty neat if it could be B-Stars. Can't be in B-Stars because, what's B-Stars? I can tell you, if I was in B-Stars right now, I'd be, who knows, maybe working or being part of Legacy's crew. I don't know. Me and Legacy will be hanging out, but, first things first, if I own a company, I think I'd get Legacy. If I worked for a company, I'd help Legacy get a job. If I owned a corporation, I would hire him. I love the mountains. I love the whole blue sky. I love big bridges. I love how great we fly. I love the whole world. It's nice to see you. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I'm losing it. But you know what? I don't give a care if I lose it. If I lose it. If I lose it. Oh, that's hilarious. Hilarious. I don't know how to get on. If I know how to write it, I do write it right now.
I like to try stuff. I love the dirty things. I love tornadoes. I love Egyptian kings. I love the whole world. It's such a brilliant place.
Yes, to a cell phone gas station. And I'll put this in the light.
Mythbusters.
Am I missing an eyebrow?
Danger at the gas pump. Are cell phones triggering deadly explosions? Can high altitudes cause big problems for silicon implants?
If I were in there with a breast implant, I'd probably be dead about now.
And computer drives. Have they reached dangerous warp speeds?
Oh my God! It's a horror show.
Who are the Mythbusters? Adam Savage.
That's right, you
Hello.
got some kind of bogus ministry. Some bogus ministry? 100 weddings already.
And Jamie Heineman.
Now you try. First get a job.
Between them, more than 30 years special effects experience.
Feel kind of sexy.
They don't just tell them it. They put them to the test.
Now you try. First get a job. After that's blood.
Yes. Oh, you daddy
Fuck, I did my makeup shitty today.
Perfect,
Naomi.
Always.
Shut up, Jack. Oh, what?
So what are we doing at the Stove Gas and Oil Memorabilia Town in Santa Rosa, California?
Well, we're here to see whether you can accidentally blow up a gas station with your cell phone.
And even if we fail, do we still get to blow something up?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
So what exactly is this myth?
Well, it's an email myth that says that the use of a cell phone near a gas station could cause an accidental explosion. And in fact, people have bought into this, and on some gas stations near the gas pumps, you can see a sign saying, "Please don't use your cell phone."
Please leave or deactivate all electronic devices. It says this. You can't even have this out anymore.
Resident Folklorist has another
Back then, when they put those up because they're afraid the computers up. A lot of
Story goes that there's an executive speeding along on the freeway in Los Angeles, and all of a sudden he hears the ding, 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 and looks down and he sees that his car is just about out of gas. So cursing and frustrated, he gets off the freeway, he drives up to a gas station, gets out, starts pumping the gas, takes out his cell phone, and calls the office. At which point, there's a tremendous fireball that engulfs the executive, and then the entire gas station explodes.
There have been more than 150 gas station fires across the United States since the early 90s. Could cell phones be the culprit? The Stoke Gas and Oil Memorabilia Town is an ideal location for road testing the cell phone myth.
What are you
They had videos of
Fred Stoke used to collect tractor parts until oil cans proved to be more rewarding.
Wow. Oh, that's amazing.
This is the largest one-quart oil can collection in the world. There's over 10,000 different cans here.
I'm going to do my house like this. Well, we're going to need a big blast chamber, something large enough to
I go to-
a large
my
explosion
company
and protect
would
us,
make some pretty good money.
and also to control environmental conditions like humidity and temperature and that kind of thing. We're going to need gas and a way to get it in there in a vapor form, and we're going to put a cell phone in there and call it, see what happens.
The chamber will be constructed from Lexan, a polycarbonate product favored by race car drivers and jet pilots.
I find this very appealing.
Polycarbonate is a plastic that is strictly tough. You can fold it in half and it won't break. It'll stop a bullet, it'll stop all sorts of shrapnel, and I just love this stuff. I love it.
Anticipating a big bang, the guys are constructing the chamber with a failure point, the center of the two halves of the box.
So that if the blast is too big, instead of the Lexan failing or the aluminum welds failing, the box itself will just separate into two halves.
Like a clamp.
Yeah. The blast we might deal with might be a lot larger than we think, and so building in a failure point for this so it can fail safe seems like a good idea.
Plus, it'll look really cool.
Oh yeah, it'll definitely look really cool.
Considering Americans pump gas around 12 billion times a year, there are plenty of opportunities for disaster. Electrical sparks and gasoline vapors are a potent mix, and it seems there is much more to this story.
I think it's highly unlikely that a cell phone is going to do this. It seems like a dumb idea to me.
Well, actually, it turns out that there's another part to this myth. It seems that women are largely responsible for the gas station explosions, specifically because they get in and out of their cars while filling up. And so they'll build up a static charge on their body, and then when they touch either the gas tank lip or the filler nozzle.
I'll be right back at the use. Like me, when I get static charge, I discharge like this or this. Hey, you want to read something? That's 8. So I'm not in the house. Maybe I can do that. I can do that this weekend, couldn't I? It's be too damn hot to be a character. I can dress in character, couldn't I? Like we go his son, because we don't know about his kids, so I could be his son technically. Wait, I know where to get some angel dust at. Wait, I can make angel dust pretty easily.
Would ignite the gas and cause an explosion? That seems more likely. I think so.
Over 50% of the accidents occur when a person re-enters her car while refueling.
Bob Breakus of the Petroleum Equipment Institute has studied the hard data. 10 years of statistics place women in the most danger.
We've had 152 cases now that we've confirmed. 78% are women, 22% are men.
The problem comes from getting back into the car while refueling. Electrostatic charges are generated on the seat and clothing due to movement. Getting out takes the charge with
626.
you. So if your first touch is near the open fuel tank, the resulting discharge spark could be deadly.
So, silver car.
I'm not going to bed. I need to get some peanuts.
Stakeout showed very clearly that women were more likely to get back into the car while the gas was pumping.
When you broke down the percentages, women were actually 6 times more likely to get back in their cars than men were.
What men what?
To investigate this second theory, static electricity, they'll also need to build a device that generates body-to-clothing friction and hopefully create a big spark. So the Mythbusters are shopping for something shocking.
So do you ever have customers come in and say, could you sell me something different? This one causes too much static shock when I wear it.
No, but they say this causes too much shock.
Yeah, we have to define our terms here.
Right.
Yeah. Should we get two 2 of each.
Why do we need to?
Well, one for each of us to
Well, if we're gonna get 2 of them, we might as well get.
Yeah, why don't we get one of those and one of the regular ones? Sure.
Oh shoot! We're trying to.
Experiment is now focused on creating and storing a strong
If the
spark.
cameras are uploaded all the footage, then I'm gonna do something else.
Inside the blast chamber.
Wait,
So
you
the
can't
spark has to be
show this footage
discharged
online.
remotely.
Oh, I'm gonna show the videos, but
And it's actually just Tupperware.
Tyler told me it could go on. Yeah, I got a hold of Tyler. Hey, I know who that was yesterday. Tyler Milton. Yeah, I know him. Yeah, Tyler's a funny kid. Yeah, how are you? Tyler does what he wants. He doesn't.
The city of Leiden.
Oh, those
Scientists
things.
discovered that 2 conductors separated by an insulator could store an electrical charge. Benjamin Franklin used it to shock his party guests, who stood in a circle while the current surged through them. Not a stunt for people with weak hearts.
So the electrons are leaping off the PVC and being stored in the Leyden jar. Ooh, all right, good. Oh. Wow, I got like 3 shocks from there.
With the shocking variance in head, they're off to the auto yard to find a suitable car seat.
You think we can build some panty friction in the bed here?
Well, that's what it's for, isn't it?
Well, we won't be the first. Ow! Look, these babies have no idea what they were in for. It's like, where panties go when they've been very, very bad. I mean, I don't know which one next to go with anymore. At this point, it's just like a sea of rubbing and vinyl and wet car seats. It's like high school.
Yeah, carpet vision going on. It looks like I got carpet vision going on behind me.
They have the seat of choice, but will it provide the necessary charge?
I don't see any sparks.
Watch this.
Ooh.
Back at Fred Stokes Gas Museum, the fire department has arrived to supervise the experiment. So, is it cell phones or static sparks that cause gas station fires?
Well, let me see. We've got a crash test dummy with his legs removed. We've got a anti-static generator with leopard fur and panties wrapped around it. It's not exactly hard science.
Nonetheless, the firemen want a much smaller bang. Too much gasoline vapor inside the chamber, and it becomes a very large bomb.
What's the potential? What could go wrong? Break all the windows around here. You know, that's like the worst case. I don't want to see that happen.
Jamie wants a big boom.
Down boy. Down boy. He's being a little conservative, which is his job, and I appreciate that. We will still try to get the biggest explosion we can.
Time for the fire protection suit. Delivering the gasoline to the chamber is Jamie's responsibility. He will use an aerosol device to spray high concentrations of flammable fuel vapor directly inside the blast chamber.
So I rigged up the cell phone in there.
Okay.
When I call it, it says detonate.
Very cute. Okay, we're gonna start the fuel. You guys ready?
For gas to explode, you need the right mix of fuel and air. As the concentration edges towards the flammable level, their gas meter emits a warning.
Okay.
The chamber is primed and ready for the cell phone blast test.
Calling now. Hello, explosion? Hello? Hello? He never answers his phone.
Both Jamie and Adam are confident the cell phone won't cause an explosion. It creates heat, but not enough to cause ignition. Time to test the second theory.
Okay, guys, we're done with the cell phone and we're going to the anti-static generator.
Keep as many unnecessary people back. I
Okay.
already have some concerns about that thing. I really do.
Okay, all right, I will tell everybody. Thank you. You know, you'll notice the firemen are all kind of standing a lot further back than we are.
Yeah.
So this is not to be toyed around with. It is a bomb. Okay.
Okay.
With the chamber saturated in gasoline, it's time now for Adam's anti-static generator to spark an explosion.
All right, we're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We should have a spark right about then. We have gone through, it should have been like at least 3 sparks so far. Okay.
Even with sparks and the heavy fuel load, the gas will only glow if conditions are absolutely optimal. So far, nothing is happening.
How hard can it be to blow up a room full of gasoline?
Phil?
I guess it's
Phil!
wrong mixture.
42.
That simple. Wrong mixture.
That's it, we're backing up and we're gonna go home. We're gonna pay up between our legs.
So it's back to the drawing board to see if cell phones or static can cause gas from fires. Ignition is still proving to be difficult, but the personal flashpoint is rising.
Hold on now. Before you break up all the way out. All afternoon's work. Give me just.
I thought all 4 sides were taped.
You're a nice guy, I know, but sometimes you're a bull in a china shop.
I'm not gonna respond to that.
Working with a smaller glass box should help them figure out the right fuel-air mix to achieve ignition.
You know, all of that spray presents a lot of surface area, and I think it's probably sinking down and collecting right at the ground. My guess is that one of our mistakes with the big chamber was that we had the ignition source too far above the ground. So let's just see whether this works.
To get a bigger spark, Jamie connects a device called a Jacob's Ladder. You'll be familiar with its climbing arc from those old science fiction movies. But this is no toy. It's high voltage and potentially lethal.
Now be careful on this metal. You know, we've got some pretty heavy-duty currents here, so.
All right, shall we lose the spark and get some gasoline going and blow some stuff up in miniature?
Is gasoline flammable? You'll find out after this.
Hey, we made something blow up. We made something blow up.
Adam has improved his Leyden jar. The heavy-duty version will provide a potent spark. And finally, they are getting an ideal blend of fuel and air.
Well, I lost a lot of hair on my arm. How about that? It definitely works. Okay, now I'm afraid.
Adding more gasoline won't guarantee a bigger blast.
Watch yourself there, Andre.
The critical mix needs more air.
That's probably it. That's probably all that it takes. You think there's anything left of a fuel in there?
Go, go, go.
Okay, here I go.
Let's talk more sparks.
Stop your grinning and grab your lid, and here we go. Whoa! The Hyman was right.
We now know exactly what kind of concentration of fuel that we have to have for ignition. We know that we can create a spark from static electricity off of fabric, and we know that it is something we have to be very careful with.
I'm fine. Am I missing an eyebrow? I am missing an eyebrow, aren't I?
You lost a lot of hair up there.
You're kidding me.
You're all right. It's all right. You just won't look weird after there.
Mom?
I think it took him about 5 seconds to worry about whether he's going to look funny for his date.
I have a date tonight.
Is it survival more?
Okay, that was probably one of the stupidest things I've ever done.
No problem now with the static spark. The mix is right and ignition comes easily. But what about the cell phone? Will it prove to be the cause of gas station fires?
Nada. Niente. Second call. No split.
So, Bob, have you heard of this myth regarding exploding a gas station while using a cell phone?
Not only did I hear, but I'm quoted in the myth that says, Mr. Rinkus says, don't use cell phones. They can cause fire at the pump. That email's gone around, and people take that literally because they are believing everything they see in emails.
After researching hundreds of gas station fires, Bob Rinkus of the Petroleum Equipment Institute says cell phones are in the clear.
Pure and simple, we don't have any accidents involving a cell phone at a service station. It just doesn't happen.
But a dramatic fire department demonstration clearly shows what can happen when static is involved. People who re-enter the car during refueling face the biggest risk.
They're typically younger people, because older people will go like this to get out of their car. And when they do that, they discharge. So they just simply pop out of the car, not touch anything, not shut the door, not ground themselves, not touch this. They'll take 1, 2 steps. They're wearing neoprene shoes, so they're not discharging, they're not dissipating on the concrete. They touch a piece of metal here. The vapors are coming out of the tank. The air is coming in from outside, so that's 2 parts of the fire triangle, and the third part is the source of ignition, which is the spark. The problem comes is when they overreact, they go, oh my goodness, and they leave a stream of gasoline. They already have a fire, it gets underneath the car, or they could get it on themselves.
With the cell phone myth well and truly busted, they still want to make their own big static ban. So they're back at Fred Stokes Gasoline Museum with the fire department there to monitor safety.
You're pump the whole thing in there.
It's make or break time. So today the guys are using a much higher concentration of gas in a much finer spray.
Okay, that's it.
All right, here we go. Watching for spark.
Despite a heavy saturation of gasoline vapors, still no blast.
This is a pain in the butt. You know, we got the darn thing so it's foggy with gas fumes in there, and no boom. What are you gonna do?
My job, I am finished with you. Desperate to get their big bang, the boys decide to use extra juice.
Good spark.
That good?
Yeah.
We're using a spark that's actually a smaller spark in terms of the kilovolts, but it's longer. We're using neon transformer to generate it, so it'll last as long as we want. So I feel totally confident we're going to get the concussive boom that we want right now.
Okay, Adam, let's get ready.
Come on, okay, here we go. Stand by.
I feel like something's gonna happen this time.
In 3, 2, 1. Wow, I forgot to watch. That was really cool. Right on. Whew. Hey, we got it.
Yeah.
That was a lot of force.
Yes, it
Let's
was.
burst apart this 24-foot seam of metal tape.
Well, it's about time, huh?
It's about time. Absolutely right.
Don't be fooled. Gasoline vapors and a strong spark under the right conditions spell danger at the fuel pump.
What is your recommendation if there is a spark, if there is ignition? What should you do?
If you discharge here and you get a spark, don't be a hero. Don't take your nozzle out. Your gas tank will contain the gasoline. We don't want any gasoline spilling on the forecourt or on the pavement. Stand away and notify the station immediately.
And what do you reckon? Myth busted?
Absolutely. This myth is definitely busted. No cell phone will ever cause a gas station to ignite. Just not going to happen.
I agree.
Jamie,
Yo.
I got breasts. Check this out.
You can't fuck me, so it doesn't. You can't fuck me up.
Oh, must test CD-ROM. It turns out that with the brand new extremely high-speed drives, they may actually be exceeding the structural capabilities of the CDs themselves and shattering them into tons of pieces, sometimes even leaving the computer.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're actually going to try and do this. We're going to try and speed up a bunch of CDs under a bunch of conditions and get them to explode in all sorts of spectacular ways.
I like that.
Yeah.
Along with the computer drive, they will adapt some high-speed tools to spin the CDs beyond 30,000 RPM. At that point, they expect to see critical failure.
You know, this could be dangerous.
Absolutely. In fact, sharp fragments of polycarbonate are going to be traveling in excess of like 700 miles per hour. I think to test to see if it can penetrate skin, we'll put our ballistics dummy in there.
I think so.
I think he's perfectly suited to sit in front of this computer and be abused. We are driving through Silicon Valley on our way to one of the largest computer recyclers in the Bay Area. And if anyone's going to have a high-speed, like 52-speed CD-ROM drive for us to test, it's going to be them. If there's something better than a computer store and a shopping cart, I'm not sure what it is. This is Adam's Life 3.0. I need to get a couple towers to put these in. What I'm trying to test is the idea that, you know, these ultra-fast drives have actually exceeded the physical limitations of the CDs and shattered them inside the case. Have you guys ever had that happen?
There has been a couple cases. One customer in particular did bring back a CD-ROM drive, had some contents rattling inside. As we opened it up, we discovered that the CD itself is shattered completely into many, many pieces. That's the one I remember notably.
Yeah.
That sticks out in my mind, yeah.
So, yeah, let's get this one 120.
Since you guys are uploading videos right now, I'm going to be doing something real quick, and then we will be, that's it. I'm going to do something real quick. I have to go online, GTA Online real quick, to do something, then I'll be right back on this later. But yeah, right now at this time, guys, I'm going to go on GTA Online real quick, the real quick, and see the new cars this week, because I'm curious what the car is. I want to go see what it looks like, and if I want it. Last week's car was a piece of junk. And then, who knows, maybe play some games. Also, GTA Online will be done with completely. I'm not playing GTA Online much longer. End of the month, I'm going to be done with it. Might play something else. So, yeah, we're going to do GTA Online today. And that's pretty much do that real quick. Then put a different game in, turn the machine off. That's all I'm going to say. Text me later when you get a chance to. Text me later.
Minor von Firth.
Alright, so now real quick, that's it. What are you doing, Tyler? Some stuff that involves me getting drunk. Hmm. 37 minutes. I'm hot. Yeah, I'm busy doing shit. Okay, I'll be Richard, but yeah. Alright, I think I'll be off. Hey guys, still here. I'm gonna do something in a little bit. in your face. Suck your dick harder. You know, I really do that. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Potato soup.
go on the podium, you can win it with just a spin on the lucky wheel.
I'm going to eat something in a minute. Eat something in a minute. What? I don't know yet. Maybe eat something I have actually. You know what? You can put that on. I have that right now. Oh.
Crossword clues for 1200. Experiment. 6 letters. Kevin.
Seconds from disaster. Chernobyl. YouTube.
A psychic. 11 letters. Ben. What is clairvoyant? Good.
We had a plant in Detroit that exploded. No, we don't. Yes, we do.
Buy 4 tires and get up to $220 in savings after rebate at Bell Tires Memorial Day sale. Or get even more.
Northern Japan. March the 11th, 2011.
Wow, 2011. It's been over 10 years now.
Kindergarten teacher Erika Horiyuki was in class. The room begins to shake.
The tremors were enormous and went on for ages. Stuff had been thrown all over the room. I really thought the building might cave in on me.
She has to act quickly but calmly.
I ducked under the desk along with the children. I just monitored the situation.
The earthquake continues for 5 minutes. It's felt 230 kilometers away in Tokyo. Eriko's actions ensure the children are safe.
The kids had all done the disaster drills, and they did what the teachers told them to do, and so it all went to plan on the day.
Skyscrapers shake and buildings collapse. The Japanese Meteorological Agency measures the quake at magnitude 9.0.
And anything after 5.0 and then ever recorded, you mean?
Even though the epicenter is 130 kilometers out to sea, the first news pictures show widespread devastation throughout the north of the country.
Even if I work for the Department of Data, DDS is going nuts.
In central Tokyo, communications expert Kenichi Shimomura hurries to the Prime Minister's underground crisis center. The quake is so big, it's clear there's going to be a serious humanitarian disaster. The government hastily convenes an emergency meeting. Because of the enormity of the disaster, my instinct was that the central government had to take its own initiative to act, rather than waiting for local governments.
5 of Japan's nuclear plants are in the disaster zone. Fukushima is the largest, providing enough energy to power every home in Tokyo. The Prime Minister's team has no direct link to the power plants. All information from the plant operator, TEPCO, filters through the government's nuclear regulator, run by Yoshinori Moriyama.
Right after the earthquake, we received news from the Fukushima nuclear plant that mains power was lost.
Fukushima is just 178 kilometers from the epicenter of the earthquake. At the first sign of tremors, the plant goes into scram mode. A controlled shutdown is underway. The power station appears to have suffered only minor damage. But the earthquake has destroyed key power lines which feed the plant. Emergency power sources kick in, so the plant can continue to shut down safely. (2:55 p.m.) A tsunami warning is broadcast to the nation. All of the northern Pacific Ocean is now on alert, including the Fukushima power station. At Teacher Eriko's school, all the pupils have survived the earthquake unscathed. Emergency plans call for everyone to evacuate. She packs the children into buses to take them down the hill from the school to their homes on the coast. She has not heard the tsunami warning. At Fukushima, the workers are also evacuated. A core team, the Fukushima 50, remain behind to ride out the tsunami. All along the Japanese coast, live news cameras relay images of the tsunami racing towards land. The Fukushima power station bears the full force of the tsunami. The site begins to flood. Almost all power is lost. Two workers assessing damage in the basements are killed instantly. Control rooms plunge into darkness. The Fukushima 50 can't monitor pressure or temperature. Worse, the cooling systems have failed. Teacher Eriko is worried. She may have sent the children to their deaths.
The bus route was along the coastline, so I was worried sick that it might have been washed away by the tsunami.
The Tokyo Crisis Center. Prime Minister Naoto Kan arrives to learn that the Fukushima plant has lost all power. Nuclear experts are drafted in to brief the Prime Minister. Even those experts couldn't decide what should be done because this was totally beyond what they could have predicted.
つまり彼らにとって想定外。
Plant managers are desperate to cool their nuclear reactors. They need power.
And we needed to deploy mobile generators. That was our last resort.
Roads around the power station are severely damaged. Transporting the generators is almost impossible.
Right.
In the damage control room of reactor number 1, engineers...
Hey guys, I just got my burger out of the fridge. I had saved up for later. I'm gonna do some stuff later on, guys.
Battery packs and car batteries to power up instruments to take key readings.
Car batteries?
Radiation levels are beginning to rise. The Fukushima 50 don radiation suits and respirators to protect themselves. Their instruments reveal that pressure is rising inside the reactor. They must find a way to bring the pressure down.
That's surprising, though. 50 people around the generators.
The news is relayed to the Prime Minister. He declares an official state of nuclear emergency.
I heard the PM repeatedly say, almost to himself, this is really serious.
Decisive action is needed, but there is very little information to work from. They have no real-time readings and no direct communications with managers of the power plants. Even so, scientific advisors believe they have a solution to avoid the buildup of pressure inside the reactors.
Pressure inside the containment vessel must be kept low at all times. To release pressure, there's a valve. If you open it, pressure can be released outside.
The Prime Minister's advisors recommend the valves are open to release steam. At the plant, senior managers oppose the plan. They fear if steam is vented, radioactive materials could escape into the atmosphere. But under orders, the Fukushima 50 tried to locate the safety valves. With only torches to guide them, finding the valves is no easy task. And handheld Geiger counters reveal radiation levels are rising. It might be because the reactor itself cracked during the earthquake. The Prime Minister receives more bad news. Mobile generators have made it to the plant, but that's not enough.
The tsunami had thrown debris all over the site. So the mobile generators had problems driving into the power station and had trouble reaching the reactor buildings.
Cables to the reactors are too short. The plant is still without power. Eight kilometers from the Fukushima plant, Erika Horiuchi and her husband are getting anxious.
There were rumours about radiation leaking and that the power station was in trouble. From then on, I started to feel uneasy.
Local officials will not confirm the reports. Erika's Swiss husband, Dominique, uncovers information through international news agencies.
I still had contact to the internet and I started reading foreign papers and they were a little bit more explicit about the disaster. Then our wives told me that somebody was whispering about trouble at the power plant, and then we decided to leave early in the morning.
Thank you, Mama. The roads were cracked, so we didn't know how we could get out. We decided to wait until 5 a.m. to leave.
Navigating damaged roads in the dark would be too dangerous. Eriko and her family choose to wait until dawn. At the Fukushima plant, pressure inside reactor number 1 has now risen so high that workers fear the reactor could explode. But they still haven't managed to locate key pressure release valves. Saturday, March the 12th. At their home, 8 kilometers from the Fukushima nuclear plant, Eriko and her husband evacuate.
We decided to get as far as possible from the power plant. We left at 5 a.m., and at 6 a.m. there was a general announcement ordering people to evacuate.
Just 1 hour after they leave, massive traffic jams block the roads. Tens of thousands of residents are heading for evacuation centers as fear of radiation spreads.
I mean, it's a lot more calmer than it was at Chernobyl. Get out of here! Plant's gonna blow, so.
Frustrated by poor communication with the power station, Prime Minister Khan decides to visit the plant in person.
We flew for miles and miles, and the scenery was the same as far as the eye could see. He doesn't know that. The land was covered with seawater. We couldn't tell where land ended and where the sea began.
Once at the plant, the Prime Minister demands a meeting with managers. He wants to know why reactor pressure release valves have not been opened.
They said the valves would be opened within 4 hours or so. Then the PM said to him, "You've been saying the same thing since yesterday, but it hasn't happened." Why is that?
We've been trying to find.
Finding the correct valves in the dark with soaring radiation levels is highly dangerous. One worker has already been taken to hospital, suffering from high exposure to radiation. And when we find the valves, the loss of power makes them extremely hard to open. They are usually operated by heavy machinery running off mains power. The Fukushima 50 has tried to do the job with car batteries and brute strength.
I found them.
The valves were opened, and as a result, pressure inside the reactor decreased.
We get good news. The pressure.
Plant managers now believe that reactor number 1 will be safe until they can connect mains power and begin cooling again. But radiation levels on the site are rising. Engineers hope it's because they've just released radioactive steam while opening the valves. But it may indicate that the 15-centimeter thick steel reactor is cracked, and that a core meltdown has caused fuel to escape from the reactor itself. The danger is far from over. 3:36 p.m. A massive aftershock rocks the plant.
The power station reported that they felt a huge tremor.
Almost immediately, the building which houses reactor number 1 explodes.
The blue reactor went up.
cloud of black smoke was seen, and radiation levels increased dramatically.
Workers detect radiation levels 1,000 times higher than usual near reactor number 1. It could be another sign that the reactor itself is damaged and leaking.
Wait,
And
come
other
on.
reactors are also showing signs of strain.
We realized there was damage to other reactor units. The first, second, and third units were all in serious conditions.
Two days later,
Yeah, 5. 2.
an even larger explosion blows the building that houses reactor number 3 apart.
These reactors from the 60s.
The explosion is exactly what the Prime Minister feared.
I had a feeling of despair. So the Prime Minister raised his voice at the experts and said, "You all assured me an explosion was not going to happen. Why did it happen?"
He fears a catastrophic dispersal of radiation, a fear shared by the rest of the world as they follow events live on television. Within hours, radiation levels at the plant begin to climb even higher. The Fukushima 50 still have no control over the reactors. Prime Minister Khan is forced to face some hard truths in a live television broadcast.
今後さらなる放射性物質の漏洩の危険が高まっております。
180,000 people are now forced to seek temporary shelter far from their homes, with no idea of when they may be allowed to return. Eriko was now 80 kilometers from the power plant. But such is her fear, she wants to get even further away.
We decided to go abroad, but there were no seats left on any flights. We thought we'd try and go as far as possible from Fukushima Airport, but there were no flights available anywhere.
Eriko and her family are forced to stay where they are and take their chances with the radiation.
6 a.m.
And the very next day, another explosion causes a huge fire in reactor building 4.
After the first explosion, we tried our best to avoid the other two. But unfortunately, we could do nothing to stop them. That is a fact.
YouTube.
We overhead their beaches.
Oh, thanks, man.
Can't wait to see that. Oh, wait, what's that? This Saturday? Question mark? Okay, I also bring your bucket. 2. Hey, Mom. You knew this one, Mom. I got work to do. Okay. Okay. Okay, so not today, but tomorrow I have to do some stuff. Yeah, so, not much.
Hello, built-in spam blocker. Now I cancel
Yeah, when you came, Tyler.
Hello, Google.
That's when you came, Tyler. I got nothing to do all day, so be passed out drunk. I'd be here or I'd be, I'd be here or I'd be watching some stupid besides. I cannot believe what I saw. What? Oh, my friend Dan, he gets some stupid. Oh, my friend, I'm so happy. What happened? Oh, I can't believe it. Rachel, she had twins. Oh, Rachel. She had twins. She had twins. My friend Johnson.
You had a crazy plan. I just hoped it was gonna work. Okay, Anthony. Boost her up to the projector window. Come on, Nikki. Up you go.
Princess!
What the fuck?
Hi, I'm Nikki.
Hey, what are you?
Now that he's taken care of, time to change the movie.
I have.
Don't go anywhere. I always wanted to talk to Mary.
Didn't you do that? You used to do that?
She did. Now
Hide under the seats. They can't see us. What the hell is this? And why not? Because we still don't know what Lucifer. Hey, kids, I got more popcorn. Oh, shit. Get down, Lizzie.
Dad, we're not
Double Daddy.
Veronica, I got you some more Raisinets.
Ugh.
name's Maggie.
No, fuck. I didn't mean to say fuck. I said fuck. He's so adorable. Adorable? Is that even a word? This isn't right. He's too sincere. What do you mean? I think we were wrong. I think the ink man's here for the king, too. Lizzie, he sees us. Damn it, why do you have to be so tall? I didn't say perfect. Hey, you! He's making a break for you. Come on.
Angel or breakfast?
Hi, Apple Daddy.
That's what we can do.
Hi, Apple Daddy.
Shit.
Angel dust? I mean, angel dust. Who's that?
Oh, Dad.
You're not get away from us. Okay, through the door. When I get hold of this guy, I'm gonna fucking... Gotcha. Move it, I'll break your neck. You let him go. It's you. What? You're alive? You're the one who pushed my car into the water.
Full power. You want to play Stu with me, idiot? Full power. I like being goofy.
What do I do?
Yeah, I do my butt. No bills over 20. Cash only, no bills over $20. So yeah, good. Some more videos work. You're happy. I am happy. Yeah. Oh, I need to know. Question: do we have to wear masks? Question mark.
It's more exciting. It's finding innovative ways to move forward.
Chase for business. Make more of what's yours.
Because I got my shot back in Quincy in March.
At your local Cadillac showroom. Experience the iconic style and bold sophistication in a Cadillac SUV or sedan. Reward yourself and move up to a Cadillac. GM employees and eligible family members with a current eligible GM lease get this low mileage lease on this 2021 Cadillac XT6 for $379 per month.
How far can you smoke from a building?
According to Workplace Fairness, smoking is permitted outside, so long as you smoke 16 feet or further from the entrance, exit, or ventilation.
How far is the smoking from Michigan? How far you have to be from a building to smoke in the state of Michigan?
That means
According to less than B greater than state of Michigan, less than B greater than. Smokers must maintain a minimum distance of 25 feet from all entrances.
How do you say that again?
Wow, Viva.
What? Wow, we what? What the hell are you saying?
Okay, you put in there cash only. Cash only. No smoking within 25 feet. State law.
Notifications so you get notified every single time when we make a new video.
And when we go live.
Oh, what the hell? What the hell happened?
Today. That doesn't sound right.
I think I hit the wrong.
Not even sure what you're saying. Here we go.
Starting off with $25 in quarters.
Well, this is already clapping for you. This one was
Okay, so I need to make another sign. No smoking within 25 feet. State law.
part of the castle. This
And then law.
or maybe a block fell in. I don't know. No, it looks like somebody.
Definitely abused.
No smoking within 25 feet of park. No smoking within 25 feet. State law.
Maybe we're the only ones Sunday afternoon coming home with this.
All right, let's kick it off.
shit.
What's your favorite color?
We get this.
Mine is white tan.
I'm colorblind, George. Thanks for rubbing it in. Yes, again.
You know I have to, right?
No, really, you didn't have to do anything.
It gives me energy.
Really? How in the world are